Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Today the topic is God is real knowledge. First of all, prayer. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. The Bhagavad Gita, a treasure trove of spiritual knowledge, is one of the most widely translated books around the world. It forms a portion of the great Indian epic, the Mahabharata, written by the sage Vedavyasa, and captures the instruction of Shri Krishna to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The Mahabharata is divided into 18 sections. 18 parvas. The Bhagavad Gita is set in the 6th section, which is called Bhishma Parva. It comprises 18 chapters of this section, beginning from chapter 25 and continuing until chapter 42. Since the Bhagavad Gita encapsulates most of the important aspects of the knowledge of the Vedas, it is also called Gita-Upanishad or the Gita Upanishad. Despite predating several ancient civilizations, the Bhagavad Gita continues to be relevant today as it was 5,000 years ago. The Kauravas, led by Duryodhana, had unjustly usurped the kingdom of Hastinapura from the Pandavas for several years by the time of the war of Kurukshetra. Alongside of that, they had committed several atrocities against the Pandavas, such as humiliating the Pandavas' wife, Draupadi, in front of the Kuru clan and trying to get the Pandavas killed after banishing them. Arjuna, one of the 5 Pandavas, was in a quandary like many of us find ourselves in. On the one hand, his duty as Kshatriya was and to re-establish Dharma or the righteousness by fighting against Kauravas. On the other hand, he was facing in a battle his elders such as Bhishma and his own kith and kin, Guru Drona, and all his relatives Kauravas. Caught in this moral quandary, Arjuna became weak and disheartened. He threw down his weapons and fell at the feet of Lord Krishna to guide him on the right course of action. Shri Krishna, in a position of the Guru, then proceeds to enlighten Arjuna with divine knowledge and wisdom, thus destroying the darkness at the root of Arjuna's despondency that threw him into inaction. In the first 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna instructs Arjuna on Karma Yoga or the yoga of uniting one's actions with God. From chapter 7 onwards, Shri Krishna shifts towards explaining how one can attain Him through the process of bhakti and surrender. Particularly, Shri Krishna declares that he will illumine Arjuna with the theoretical knowledge of the Supreme Divine Personality and also help him to gain the inner wisdom regarding it. Shri Krishna makes a distinction between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge that arises from within as a consequence of spiritual practice or sadhana is called wisdom. On realization of this knowledge, nothing further will remain to be known. The world is devoid of the treasure of knowledge. If the sacred knowledge of Bhagavad Gita does not exist, that is divine knowledge. This is knowledge that realizes the veritable in oneself in due course of the duration of time. This is the same truth that gives us inner self knowledge, path purification of the mind, chapter 4, shlokas of 38 of Bhagavad Gita. Knowledge is the first and foremost step to the path of intelligence, happiness, and prosperity, of glorious life. Knowledge is like the best weapon to fight for ignorance. It is the power, strength of anyone. By dint of knowledge, we can handle the situation very well over life. Too often, we look at progress in every area of science that made easy our life so much then. It is all because of knowledge. Mankind has an infinite curiosity for knowledge, and this curiosity makes the human being unbeatable for victory on his intelligence by making many of the progressive things. Our sages do respect this giving knowledge and consider it the best gift from Lord Krishna. Half-backed knowledge is very harmful to society, for human beings. Knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita is phenomenal and great that teaches you to lead yourself from the inner world. Therefore, knowledge is the base of every human. In this regard, Chanakya says the teacher could never be ordinary. Both construction and destruction belongs to him. According to Lord Krishna, who seeking knowledge will gain knowledge. Why Lord Krishna explained the whole knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to only Arjuna? Question. Answer. Because Arjuna asked questions every time from Lord. Arjuna was too curious about the knowledge of the real truth of this body, senses, world, and universe. The kshetra, this body, and the owner of the body, I am not do this body. I am the owner of this body. This is jnanam. Arjuna asked Krishna, what is Prakriti? What is Purusha? What is Kshetrajna? And what is Jnana? These are the questions inquired by Arjuna. Arjuna was the senior discipline and Krishna was the best teacher. The disciple submissively inquired from the teacher about knowledge. That is a Vedic injunction. Teacher or guru plays an important role in everyone's life, without which we cannot get knowledge. By speculative advancement, nobody can achieve a real platform of knowledge. In the real time, many of the great professionals are trying to be advanced knowledge by speculation. Many of the philosophers, scientists gave their opinion with the statement of I think only like this, and it is considered true with great support. Knowledge means anyone can think freely and independence ways. In the current era, that is being considered and very supported as knowledge. The knowledge of scientists is also accepted by others. As per today's knowledge of scientists, life is made of matter or from matter by a combination of mantra at that time. And life is made of chemical evolution theory. Today, the scientists are being treated as big things and awarded Nobel Prizes. Well, all are making the fool of course, themselves and others. But we don't know they all are capturing the wrong field of knowledge. It is not knowledge, totally it is ignorance. But by the speculation process, they are writing many and big volume of books. Have you concluded proof by which any life came out of? The scientists put many facts about this theory of epic. They say this is life is the result of a combination of matter and chemical. So when we give this chemical and so when we give life, the one owner is no. Our Vedic system is really such a great system that gives the best of the best knowable by a perfect and unique personality, Lord Krishna. It is well known by everyone that we should get knowledge from that a person who is master of the subject whom you want to learn. But today's students, scientists and doctors believe only in speech-led speculative knowledge. It is not the perfect knowledge. Whole world assimilates the same knowledge that has no deep knowledge. But if you get knowledge from Lord Krishna, you will acquire knowledge from a great person who is perfect and mastering this knowledge, which is well known in imperfect knowledge and protect knowledge. So, if we dive only for the speculative knowledge, or if we get knowledge half backed, we too make ourselves imperfect knowledge. We can't get perfect knowledge, or we give perfect knowledge. Therefore, we must find knowledge from the perfect person. That is a Vedic injunction. Guru is the one who is perfect in knowledge, means heavy. Our Vedic knowledge gives knowledge full of one pointedness, like it will be done or it will not be done. This type of dilemma does not take care of place in this. It has one answer over. It will be done, which is Vedic injunction. Some in Vedic culture, the master guru is Lord Krishna and the real Jagat Guru. Krishna is the supreme of Godhead. Lord Krishna appears in a particular course of time. There is a time when Krishna appears. Everything is in Vedic era is calculated. Just as the time of surprise and sunset is fixed from era to era, this is certain. Similarly, in the Shastras, it is decided the time for avatar of Lord Krishna on the earth. In one day of Brahma at the end of Dwapara Yuga, 43 lakhs 1000 times and add another 43 lakhs times thousands. This is a period after which Krishna comes. So the question is, why the Lord comes down on earth in chapter 4 of 8th verse. Noticeably, the Supreme Lord's descents comes down on earth to save dharma, religion, and to make us aware, to give us knowledge of life and reason for their birth. Who I am, all these questions have been described in Bhagavad Gita. The part of knowledge is religion as well. If we found the meaning of religion from this materialistic world, it is defined as religion as a part of faith. But faith can be varied at any time with the concept of right or wrong. The knowledge of Vedic is the knowledge that is perfect and cannot be right or wrong. It is totally based on veritable. So how can religion as a part of our primitive scripture, the Vedas, religion must be correct. For example, like if we talk about the ocean or river, the picture of huge water, you cannot change the concept. Similarly, that is a religion that cannot be changed at any time. As per Vedic Shastras, religion is echoed or the laws given by God. If you arise doubt of the belief or not believe, that is not laugh with unlaws, you must obey all rules and you must be believe it. That is the law. And if you don't obey those rules, then you will be punished as God punished in the form of bad and pragmatic conditions. Only one dharma, to surrender to the order of God. The question is why we should surrender to laws of Krishna. It's just as we have to follow the government regulations. Similarly, we have to follow the rule religion. But the question is why it needs to obey the rules of government. Because we are blind faith in the rules of government that if we obey the laws of government, we all shall be peaceful citizens. No conflict, no fight, no loss will be held in society. Today, government had run out of money, many of the schemes and plans no more progressively this public, if all the way to be happy citizens. If we would peace in personal life, we must follow Lord Krishna, who is the supreme of the universe and who is the great source of better knowledge and by Bhagavad Gita. Tapasya, you undergo severe austerities. Suppose if we are doing a job, that is a kind of tapasya. You have to work hard or job than picture. With the more hard work, it is outcome on your tapasya. Sometimes poor men become rich with their very hard work. But when we get millions of rupees, we cannot enjoy it. The ritualistic ceremonies in Vedas is a golden way to obtain something best in our life. If we get the best to outcome of your work, then you will be a big enjoyer. But if you enjoy with this only mundane materials, then you will never be happy. If this happiness will share with Lord Krishna, then you will be happy. You will be happier with Lord. This is a simple formula for happiness. If you understand this, you will never get up and upset. Knowledge of the oneself under the fulfills from the blessings of God that comes only from dedication, devotion. We should surrender to God. For example, because God is the proprietor, He must maintain ego. Suppose when we may not enter into this costly building, but who has made all these materials? The brick, stone, wood, iron, from where you have got it. It is Lord Krishna's property. Five elements, earth and water, how you using, we have to be known. All these things and mind and intelligence are vital pages of to supply those progress in the material world. Unless we have got intelligence, we can't create anything with these natural things. We need manufacturing day to day, different and unique types of things. It is all possible by train service Kottagudem is even, and it is all intelligence by our intelligence. We want to cash anadu. We are manufacturing day to day different and unique types of things. It's all possible by our intelligence that is given by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna says, to leave everything, what should you do or what should you don't do this world, including religion, and come into my shelter without any doubt, without any more thinking. To become into my shelter is the pure sadhana. In this shelter we don't have to think about ourselves. Moreover, Lord Krishna says we should move toward activity according to religion, and we should obey our duty karma. Men should not leave their own responsibilities, but that should be considered primarily. Now, a story about the secret miraculous power of all. Once upon a time, there was a discussion in the deity that the secret miraculous prowess that has fulfilled all the wishes of human being said to be hidden. All the gods tried arranging about this. Someone said, hide in the cave. Someone said, hide on the Himalayas. Someone said, to hide in the sea depth. After the completion of everything, you will get your confident level. A sensible deity said, Meera, why don't you concentrate? After the Therefore, these precious powers were hidden in the lower surface of the mind. It is said that the human mind has amazing powers. In this way, we can achieve whatever we want by those powers. Otherwise, the and these are the powers that makes us strong. But the biggest thing is that we do not know ourselves that there are so many powers within us. Even then, information of these powers, we can get it only by knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Do not search if anywhere, just learn the art of looking inside yourself. You will come to know that Bodhaya, that you are the treasure of these great powers. It is important to know that Bhagavad Gita contains various threads on several topics that run through all the chapters of the Gita. And if we want to study the Gita, it is very important that we should pick up these pearls from different chapters and we need to thread them together. So, if we were to look at subject matter of jnana, we find that generally speaking, people consider someone to be jnani because he has read the scriptures, because he knows the Vedas, because he knows various Sanskrit texts. We will see that in the second chapter, the first thing is that Krishna wants Arjuna. He is not to be carried away by the flowing words of the Veda. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vivarchitaha vedavadarataha partha nanyadastiti vadinaha. He says that there are people who speak flowery words and without knowing much they are said to have learned the Vedas in reacting them mellifluously to the exact timbre, to the extent intonation, to the exact way they are able to recite the flowery words of the Vedas. And yet, Krishna says that this is not really what he considers knowledge says. Kamatmanaha svargapara janma karma pala pradam kriyamuddisya patati bhogaishwarya gatim prati. They study the Vedas and they recite the Vedas and they perform great ceremonies and very elaboratedly, very impressive yajnas, conducting time of. But although very conduct a higher estimation, all he want swarga in between. Krishna says, Bhishma astonished and said, Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. He said, those whose minds are attached to worldly things of enjoyment and possessing wealth and power, they can never have that resolute determination by which to understand God. So there are scriptures of our origin. The three or more scriptures that are meant for fulfilling whatever worldly needs or aspirants you have, and therefore other scriptures that help you to cross beyond three gunas. Therefore, त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान्. The Vedas, at least a good part of them, they deal with the three gurus, sattva, rajas, tamas. And he is telling Arjuna, get out of clutches of Prakriti and rinse between duality, be situated in the spirit, be freely united with God. Krishna says that those whose eyes are on the material things are not candidates. Acquiring real knowledge. Real knowledge lies beyond this world, beyond the three gunas, beyond Prakriti. And if we want to cross beyond three gunas, rise beyond Prakriti, we need to be united with God. Shri Kantai Kalyana Dena Dedana, giving Ravasai, Srivasai Mangalam, Rasana, Acharya Brahma, Sarvesha Purve, Acharya Sarguraya Savangadam.